I'm not really sure how I want to start this video off, but let's just say you're lucky. Soon, you're going to see my videos at 30,000, 40,000, maybe even 50,000 because GameStop is about to catapult higher, and the ones who are here are in early, and I congratulate you. And this is going to be an exciting start to 2025. I'm going to cover the charts really quick, like usual. Briefly, I'm going to also predict when Roaring Kitty is about to tweet next because we called the previous one out, and we have some solid speculation to cover coming into, first of all, where we're trading at tomorrow, January 6th into January 13th, and then into the 18th. We have a very exciting couple of weeks. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop what like you are in the comments. It helps with the algorithm, all that good stuff. Let's get into it. So, GameStop, you cannot make this up. We've been tracking it perfectly. Take a look at where we are trading at right now in the part of the cycle. We are coming into January 6th to start the week. You take a look back here. January 4th, you got this flush down to start the week, this U, and then the scale down, and then this pop higher. Where we're at right now, we have already made this U-shaped recovery. So GameStop has gotten this little dip, and what we're expecting coming into the week is a retest on that dip, coming back down to about 30.60 like you saw right here, pop higher, and we begin to squeeze. AMC is looking the same exact way as it did prior. Right here, you start the week January 4th, we got this U-shaped recovery here. AMC already had that sort of pattern form. AMC is now trading right around this range. So what are we going to see? We are entering the time frame to melt higher. I don't know if we're going to consolidate only this week, but what I'm expecting is some serious moves this week, some serious beginnings to some squeezes, and then when the markets close January 9th, they're going to try and, clean some things up. Blackberry too. Take a look. Blackberry coming into January of last year, January 4th. First of all, we climbed up, got this pop, and then this scale and this drop right here. Blackberry climbed up, got this major pop, this scale, this flush down right here, flush down. We are somewhere in the December-January cycle on Blackberry. So what are we looking for next? Well, it's put very simply. Blackberry is going to look something like this, right? And then squeeze. Blackberry is going to do it, and that's going to start on January 13th. You get a little bit of consolidation, and you start that squeeze on January 13th. Is GameStop going to start on the 13th? Maybe. Right? That's what it did back here, right? So another week of consolidation this week from the 6th to the 10th. And then guess what? Monday is January 13th. Next week is when we might see the biggest moves based on previous patterns, previous cycles. And if this is a requel, you don't break the highs up here this week, unfortunately. However, I'm going to talk a little bit about what we could see going forward. In my opinion, if Roaring Kitty, I'll put it out there right now before we move on, if Roaring Kitty doesn't tweet tonight, he's likely going to tweet, right? He has, I would say there's a 50-50 shot he tweets tonight at 8 p.m. again. Like I said last time, there was a 50-50 shot, and we got that tweet. If he does not tweet tonight at that time, at 8, because that is when overnight starts trading, he's likely to tweet Sunday overnight, 8 p.m. next week on January 12th, a YOLO update. You can see that he did this previously. We saw YOLO updates December 31st, January 5th, January 11th on Wall Street Bets from the Roaring Kitty, and we are now coming into this time frame. I'm expecting, even if that isn't the catalyst, a YOLO tweet or something along the lines of that. Yesterday we covered entirely about share recalls, all that other stuff. This dude's a straight time traveler, or he has these cycles mapped out crazy. GME longs calling their shares back, brokers exhausted right there, right? This is also another potential message. Alongside all of the Rick James stuff, the gift that he posted, there was speculation that he is telling us to DRS shares. With this old post from 2020, December 18th, right? The brokers are going to be exhausted when GameStop longs are calling their shares back, and there could be issues if you don't hold the shares in your name, aka DRS, and you hold them on brokers, right? This could be a reference to that. Hopefully not, because all of us are holding our shares on brokers most likely. I know there are some, give or take, that hold DRS. Yesterday we talked about this as well, which these could be papers of GameStop shares in his name. But ultimately, Goosebumps movie, right? Bear beware, you're in for a scare. We covered the bear piece. All of a sudden, Goosebumps vanishing, coming out January 10th. Okay, this guy knows exactly why he posts these tweets. You cannot make it up. With that being said, Greg also posted, tomorrow will be a cool day. Now, this was January 5th, so today, 12:19 a.m. He waited, right? There's a reason why he waited, and that is because it's going to be a cool day on Monday. I don't know if we are going to cut it early and get this explosion higher this week. That would be great, and it's very possible. He also tweeted 6:53 a.m. this morning, I can't sleep. I mean, based on what's going on with GameStop, it is hard to sleep. I'm extremely, extremely pumped for this. He also said, my birthday is in 10 days on January 3rd, right? What do you do on your birthday? You open gifts. What is in the box? What is in that gift? What is in that present that Roaring Kitty tweeted? Well, guess what? It is likely to be opened on the 13th. That is another reason I say, listen, if we don't get the tweet, who cares if we don't get the tweet Sunday right now? Next week, it's going to be the same exact thing as 2024 years ago, the requel, and that is when the gift will be open. What's in the box? It could be a potential YOLO post, or it could be something else. And that is ultimately what we're expecting, right? You open presents on your birthday. Now, on top of that, Ryan Cohen posted, it's cool to be a white guy again on November 6th. Now, this is very interesting because the song Pretty Fly for a White Guy was tweeted November 17th, 1998, was posted November 17th, 1998. And in this song, right, it says, give it to me, baby. And that is exactly the same thing from Rick James, from the Rick James gift Roaring Kitty posted. There is correlation there. And it also is a minute and 11 seconds. And it also says, I asked for a 13, but they drew a 31, which could potentially also refer to January 13th. So these are all the tinfoils that I have for today's video on GameStop. And overall, remain calm, because based on every single thing that we're seeing, the requel, we either squeeze tonight, but it would be a little early, and Roaring Kitty's normally on time, right? You squeeze coming into overnight tonight, or you just wait for next week. Now, given there's a lot of rough, there's a rough time period here, because this doesn't look like this consolidation is going to take an entire week, right? Is something like this, GameStop coming down here, going to, and then coming up here, and then coming into here, going to take an entire week? I don't know, right? It could just last into January 8th, into January 9th when the markets close, right? And then the 10th, right, could be the bottom right here, retesting this wedge after a breakout. And then 13 could squeeze, right? That's something that we could look for. Overall, extremely pumped. I'm going to take this week to, if I can, grab some more dry powder and load back up on GameStop. I want to cover a couple stocks really quick. MicroStrategy came all the way down. I think this is very bullish. Tested this demand zone down here and also filled a gap that you saw back here. MicroStrategy beginning to climb. This correlates with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's looking good. And in my opinion, I expect Bitcoin to come at least up to 122,000, if not 136 as my price target before this cycle actually finishes. And I think MicroStrategy is going to get another pump and break out of this flag, and it's going to be absurd. I don't know what it's going to get to, but we do have a price target at 704 if MicroStrategy can get there, and that would be a beautiful from where it's trading at right now. 107% gain, and if you're trading options, that will be a lot more. Another one I want to talk about really quick briefly is HIMS, ticker symbol HIMS, also looking very bullish, was up 6% on Friday, and we tested the same thing, this demand zone down here. We entered price discovery recently, and people have long awaited this pullback to come in and retest the relative highs back in January of 2021, the old all-time high. And now it, in my opinion, is getting ready to potentially pump again. And this one looks earlier than MicroStrategy. It is also trading in a beautiful, beautiful uptrend, making higher highs and higher lows. And each one of these moves is extremely, extremely powerful to the upside. The next price target I see it getting to would be from where it's trading at, a nice 48% gain, which is $39.50. And if you're trading options, even more. And then if we get higher, a 134% gain, which is around $62.50, so on and so forth. Last but not least, Tesla, 410.44, up 8% on Friday. This thing also came down and tested this zone down here. Now, what is very important about this is buyers were very, very quick to react. We didn't dip all the way into this zone. Nope, we just brushed it and we wicked to it. Investors were ready to grab this, and this looks very bullish in my opinion. I expect probably a gap over 422 on Tesla, and then build an entire candle between 422 and 458 again, and then we'll see where we are going to go from there. Nvidia, I know I said last but not least, but Nvidia really quick, again, is just trading in the middle of these channels, but based on the SPY, Tesla, everything going green, Nvidia is likely to make its way up to 150. So calls on Nvidia probably at open up to 150 with a stop loss below this candle at 143.70 is not a bad opportunity, because if we break under 143.70, Nvidia could come back and retest 141. Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching, or found value out of the video. Take a look in the link in the description. Join the Discord. You will not regret it. I post my trades as soon as I take them, and you can also come talk with me. I'm not one of those YouTubers who aren't active in their Discord. I'm in there, so come chit chat, guys. Talk stocks and crypto with the most amazing people all day long. We have option sweep alerts, market news in there, dark pool trade alerts, insider trade alerts, and more. All that good stuff that will help you in these markets for 2025. So make sure to get in here, change your investing journey. And if you want up to 15 free stocks, each valued up to $2,000 per stock, use my link in the description, open a Moomoo account. It's a free broker, and make a deposit once they approve you guys. That is it. Very simple. You're also earning 8.1% APY on your uninvested cash, getting level 2 order book data for free, access to trading options, going long, going short, viewing other exchanges, and more. So do not sleep on that, guys. And make sure, if you're not subscribed yet, go subscribe to the second channel so I can drop an upload over there. We are very close. And if you want to leave a tip, of course, there are some other links in the description. That is it, guys. I love you. Let's get ready for this week. God bless. Lottery stocks out.